I want to start this video off with a question. Have you ever, in your opinion, did something that you thought was a good idea, but apparently everyone else actually hated it? And then about a year later, you realize that was probably not the best idea and they were right. Well, let's just say that happened to me. So today, I'm gonna share with you guys my experience and my story about going viral on the weirdest platform there is. So if you read the title correctly, I actually went viral on Reddit about a year ago today. Well, maybe not a year ago today, but about a year ago. And before you say anything about me being like a stereotypical Redditor who would like make a search to devote the platform for this, like as you saw in the thumbnail maybe, I only use Reddit just to like be like my main social media platform for like about a year or so, just to try it out, because I was experimenting with stuff at the time. And as you see later in the video, I've actually completely deleted the account, and even the app itself. I do not use Reddit anymore, and I don't have any more traces to it. Well, maybe apart from people who've like screenshotted my shirt, as you'll see later on. Now with that out of the way, I want to get into the story, and why did I actually make that shirt? And before I actually like get into why I made the shirt, I'm actually gonna backtrack to about 12th grade. So basically, back when I was in 12th grade, I had very bad social skills and hardly had any friends. And that was a problem I actually really wanted to fix. So basically what I did is I wanted to figure out a way how I could stand out to other people without like really speaking to them. Which probably, when you think of it now, it's a very bad idea. But I didn't care, and I was determined to find a way how to make it work. And then what I decided to do was I actually figured out a way how to make my own shirts. So I decided to buy one of these like vinyl cutter printer things and a bunch of shirts, and also an iron press machine which actually puts the vinyl onto the shirts. So I tried it, and that is how I made my first shirt, which I'll actually show on screen right now. And I'd say it worked like decently well. Like, I felt like a few more people were starting to talk to me because of my shirt, which is, well, what I wanted. I wanted that to happen, so I just kept making shirts. And by the end of the school year, let's just say I had about 5 or 6 more shirts ready, and I made about 2 or 3 more friends, or people who I probably talk to every once in a while now. I probably know what you're thinking, what does this have to do with a Reddit shirt? Why did you even make it? Well, you see, this actually started when I got out of high school, where I started to make more shirts about different things. And the reason why I actually kept making shirts is I actually genuinely enjoyed it. I actually decided to make shirts on a few other things, including like, I think I made one with like my Ecto name on it. I made one with my Snapchat on it, which you should add by the way, I'll put it on screen right now. And apparently, I ended up making the Reddit shirt because I was on Reddit at the time. And then I figured after the Reddit shirt, I was like, why not just post it on Reddit? So I decided to go into like I was a teenager at the time, so I decided to go on r/teenagers. Probably one of my favorites at the time. I don't know why, it's a bad one at this point, but I went on it anyway and I decided to post it. And that was probably the worst mistake in my life. And let's just say a lot of people had opinions on it. Very different opinions than mine. I'm not sure what I did, but apparently I either posted at the right time or it was just an interesting post to like share on the platform, but that attracted a whole lot of people. And let's just say, if I knew that was gonna happen, I would not have done it. By the time I found out, it was a bit too late, and I somehow was the most popular post on the subreddit at the time. I don't have the metrics at the time, or the analytics I should say, but I believe it got about 10,000 upvotes within 24 hours, and about 2 million people saw it in about 48 hours. And I believe it even actually got to the top page of Reddit, like the most trending post on the site at the time. Which I think I actually had 7th place or something, I can't remember. And when I found that out, I decided to leave it up for a few days for some reason, and then I decided to like hide the post. Because apparently, Reddit has a feature where you can actually like hide posts from the public, which I think was a good idea. Until I realized people have screenshotted that post and decided to share it in other places. And then I realized, what was the point of the post being hidden if it was elsewhere on the internet? I knew other people were gonna see it, so I just decided to unhide the post at the time. And I decided to leave it on the internet on my profile. And I think that was a bad idea because I didn't know what was about to come next. About 6 months after I posted it, I got this DM from some guy saying that he's an author I believe. I don't remember what he said, but I think it went something like that. And he wanted a picture of me with a shirt in public. I didn't know how to feel about that. So I decided to decline his offer until he offered me to pay me $50 to do that. That got me interested because I was low on money at the time and I wanted stuff and I didn't have a job either. So I decided to accept the offer. And then he actually decided to up the stakes and decided to give me a challenge while doing it, wearing the shirt. Which I was like, okay, if it's for money, I'll do it. But remember the beginning of the video when I said I actually had terrible social skills? Well, his challenge was he wanted me to go up to a woman and ask for a selfie with them. And not just any woman, a hot woman. That sounds awkward to say, I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, I would do anything for money, so I decided to go with a challenge. Well, partially, I did the challenge. Basically, I actually went to the beach for like the first time ever. I decided to bring 2 clothes with me. Well, not 2 pieces of clothing, but I decided to bring 2 outfits. One being the Reddit shirt, and one being something you'll normally see at the beach, just like a tank top and shorts. So I decided to actually take a picture of myself with the Reddit shirt on without anyone in it. And then what I decided to do was I actually decided to take the Reddit shirt off and then find a woman myself. Eventually, I found someone who looked pretty good, and I actually offered them $10 to actually take a picture with me, because I didn't think they'd actually do it for free. Apparently they did, and they didn't mind it. And then what I did is I sent both the pictures to the guy, and he decided that it wasn't exactly what he wanted, but he wanted to pay me anyway, so he gave me about $25. I decided to accept. He didn't want to pay me in full, so I just decided to accept for $25. I even actually posted those pictures on Reddit as well. Thankfully they didn't do as well as the other post, which I'm actually quite happy now. And then I actually ended up deciding to take them down last minute before I deleted my account, which I'll get into in a minute. And now when I think of it, I think that was actually a pretty good idea. And about a day later, we ran into an issue. Not with me, or the guy, or even the post I did, but actually with my mother. She didn't understand why I just randomly got $25. And well, I didn't know how to explain to her that I accepted some guy online to wear a shirt in public. And that is what I had to tell her, and she decided that that was just also weird, and I shouldn't accept any more offers like that. And I agreed with her. And then I actually realized something. I actually decided that I didn't want to be taken advantage of, so I decided to close my DMs for like ever, so no one could actually contact me again. I decided to use the app for about a month or so more, and then I decided to delete my account and the app itself, because I actually ended up getting bored of it, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore like I used to. And honestly, I think that's the entire story of Reddit and my t-shirt. With that out of the way, I'll see you in my next video, which I don't know what it's gonna be, but yeah, you have a good day, people.